Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we are here for a reading about your specific person. Today's reading is going to focus on what they really have to say about you when you aren't around. So to friends, family, co-workers, strangers, what does this person actually have to say when you are not present to hear what they are saying about you? I honestly love doing this style of reading on the channel. It's one of my favorite styles because I like spilling the tea, you guys. We're going to get started with some oracle cards. And then after that, we're going to dive deep using the tarot. Card number 1 is the horse. Okay. Oh, okay. We also have the starfish and the fire ant. I'm going to hold those up for you. We have earth energy, water energy, and fire energy. So maybe you have a very diverse astrology chart. The back of the deck is actually the bat, which is air. So that's all 4 elements being represented. So that could be a clue here. If you have a very diverse astrology chart, this is definitely extra confirmation for you here today. You're very free-spirited. You're very different. You're very unique. And I don't think that you're the type of person that likes to follow the crowd. You're probably the type of person that likes to pave your own way, do things in a unique way. Maybe you can be a little bit stubborn and you don't necessarily like to follow advice. And I think that you're just a very passionate individual in general. Like when you are fired up about something, you go all in, you're like totally invested. Even if other people don't necessarily understand what your goal is, what your agenda is, or what you're doing, like you do you 100%. I think that's something your person actually talks positively about with you. They like your uniqueness. They like your individualism. They appreciated this about you and they talk about it with other people. They might say things along the lines of, they're so different. I've never dated anyone like this before. I've never seen anyone like this before, but in a good way. They're not like pointing fingers at you or saying you're, weird or anything like that. They enjoy your uniqueness very much so. We have the starfish here. So I think they also talk about your attractiveness. This person's probably very, very physically attracted to you. They also feel like you're born to shine. Maybe one of the reasons they like your uniqueness so much is because they feel like the world doesn't get to see that character very often, right? And I'm not saying character is in like, a movie role or something like that. Just your personality, who you are as a person is so different. They feel like you're meant to shine. You stand out from the crowd. People can spot you a mile away. You may have a very eclectic or unique sense of fashion or style, or maybe the way you do your hair is really unique, or your makeup, or just how you present yourself is really like, I just heard astounding, okay? I don't really say that word that often, but, maybe they do use that as a descriptive word for you. I don't know. You're you just shine so bright. This person feels like when you enter the room, all eyes go towards you. Your energy is so bright. Your personality is so unique. And they like to kind of brag about you behind the scenes, I feel. There is one thing I'm going to touch on here with the fire ant. We're going to get to that next. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. The last thing I'm going to touch on with the starfish is that, maybe you do something where you're actually in the spotlight. You might be a musician, an artist, an actor. You could do social media. You could be like a content creator, influencer, YouTuber. You might do something where you're actually in the spotlight for a living or for a hobby or something like that. And if that's the case, they probably tell people about that as well. They talk about that when you come up in conversation. Or it might just be something you would do for fun. You could be very creative. You like to make really intricate Pinterest boards, or maybe your Instagram or your social media page is like just really creative and unique. They might also show that to other people. You don't have to do it professionally for a living, but that might also be what we're talking about here. They just feel like all eyes are meant to be on you. The spotlight is on you. People focus on you, and they like to talk about that with other people. Anyway, okay. So hopping into the fire ant. You're a Spitfire. like I said, your person appreciates your unique personality, your free-spirited energy, but I think sometimes it also frustrates them a little bit because maybe you can be a bit stubborn from their perspective. And don't come at me. This is your person, not me, okay? They might feel like you have a short fuse sometimes, or maybe sometimes like a short temper. I don't know what that's all about, okay? But it is coming through. So if that's the case, they probably have told people about that as well, that maybe you're forced to be reckoned with. And sometimes they feel like they have to be very careful because they know that sometimes your fuse is a little bit short. Maybe when you've reached burnout or something like that. Now let's get into the tarot and dive deeper into the messages. What else does this person have to say about you when you are not around? What do they tell other people about you? We have the Seven of Cups. Okay. Oh, okay. What was that? Hold on a second. It did not flip upright, so we're not taking it. We do also have the Six of Swords. I'm getting adventure with that combo. I don't know if you travel a lot with this person or if you like to go on adventures with them or if that's something the two of you have talked about doing in the future with each other. But if that's the case, they talk about it with other people. Maybe they tell people your plans. Or if you've gone on trips with each other, they like to share all the little minute details. They could be bragging about it or saying, hey, you know, look what we did last weekend. We just spontaneously decided to hop on a plane and go to a new place. They might like to talk about the adventures if you do travel a lot or if you have travel plans in the future. That's something that comes up in conversation, and I think that's something they really like about you. Okay. We also have the Magician. They feel like the world is your oyster. Like you have the world in the palm of your hand. You kind of get what you want without having to try. Almost like you are the magician. You are a good manifester. And I think that's something that kind of puts them in this place of being in awe. They're not quite sure how you do what you do, but whatever you're doing works for you, if that makes sense. And then we have Strength coming out. So they do feel like you're very brave, you're very courageous, and you're quite powerful. Again, a force to be reckoned with. You're not somebody they would want to cross, but they feel lucky to know you and be on good terms with you, I guess you could say. They appreciate your tenacity. They also feel like you are emotionally intelligent, even though sometimes you can be a bit of a spitfire and you might have a short fuse in their eyes. You're emotionally aware. You're not like reactive for no reason. Maybe you're just so passionate. If something rubs you the wrong way, you get like instantly reactive about that. But on like a day-to-day regular basis, you're not like picking fights with people. There's usually a good reason you get upset when you do. So I'm going to leave this reading here, you guys. I'm going to get you a couple of personal messages now first before we officially close it out and help you recenter your energy and focus back on you again. If the reading has resonated, let me know by liking the video, subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you stick around. Your first personal message is the Hawk. Pay attention, a powerful message is being communicated to you now. So maybe some of you could benefit from re-watching this reading if you would like to. There could have been some subtle messages during this reading that you didn't pick up on the first time. Hold up a second because they want me to grab this card too. The back of the deck is the Owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Maybe look at the images on the cards again. If you do re-watch it, there could be like hidden symbolism somewhere in there for you. Pay attention to signs and synchronicities you see. Okay, and then we have your affirmation of the day. I'm going to read it and hold it up for you so you can affirm it with me if you would like to. I am always supplied with whatever I need. Take a look at your life so far and acknowledge how many things you have overcome, all because you were supplied with what you needed at the time. Very true. Okay, guys, I'm leaving your reading here. Thank you so much again for joining, and have a blessed rest of your day or night. Bye for now.